You know that feeling when you get a compliment that actually lands? Like not the usual nice shirt or great hair, but something that stops you for a second because it's about who you are, not just how you look? That kind of compliment can make someone's entire day. And maybe no one needs more of that kind of appreciation right now than the women in our lives. Today, we're talking about the compliment that doesn't just make her feel pretty, but makes her feel chosen. Not just seen for her looks, but truly recognized for what makes her unique. If you want to understand why that specific kind of compliment means so much, and exactly how to give one without it feeling cheesy or forced, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to create those moments that relationships are made of. Let's start with a confession. Most of us, at some point, have fumbled through giving a compliment to a woman we care about with the best intentions, and it just landed flat. To figure this out, let's think about what truly lands with people, especially in close relationships. Research shows that women, in particular, are often more aware of the presence or absence of compliments in their romantic relationships. That's not to say men don't care, but for many women, the way their partner sees them and expresses that awareness can be the glue that holds a relationship together. But there's an important twist. It's not just more compliments that matter. It's the type of compliment. When compliments feel generic or surface level, they're easy to tune out, almost like scrolling past another ad on your phone. But when the compliment is about something deeper, something unique to her, especially something you notice because you chose her, that changes everything. Here's something fascinating. Studies have actually looked at how people's brains react to different types of positive feedback from a partner. It's someone telling you, "I see who you are. Out of all the people I could be with, I choose you. That's worth 1,000. You're so pretties." Let's bring this to life with an example. Imagine two versions of the same situation. In the first, you're on a date, you look across the table and say, "You look pretty tonight." She smiles. Maybe she appreciates it, maybe it goes in one ear and out the other. Now, the second version. You look across the table and say, "You know, I was just thinking about how you always remember the little details about people. Like last week, when you brought up that old band I mentioned months ago. That's one of the things that made me realize how special you are. It's not just that you're beautiful. You really listen and care. That's why I'm so glad I'm with you." See the difference? The first compliment is nice. The second one is unforgettable. That's the compliment that makes her feel chosen. Think about the women in your life, whether it's your girlfriend, your wife, or even a friend or a family member. What makes her different from every other person in the room? Maybe it's the way she always includes everyone in the conversation, or her laugh when she's truly surprised, or how she stays curious even when life gets busy. The compliment that makes her feel chosen highlights something she brings, not something she was simply born with. Let's pull back for a second to understand why women, in particular, are often extra sensitive to compliments in relationships. There's some history here. Women, for decades and centuries, have often been valued for their appearance above all else. Whether it's in advertising, social media, or just cocktail party chatter, there's a constant stream of messages suggesting that their main contribution is how they look. That gets old, fast. But let's get even more granular. What are some actual word-for-word compliments, the kinds that leave a real impact? Here's one to consider. "I feel so lucky to be with someone who is never afraid to stand up for what she believes in. That integrity inspires me." Or, "You are so thoughtful, the way you always remember people's birthdays and check in on them when they're having a rough week. It makes me realize how much heart you put into your relationships. Notice how these aren't about a trait that any woman might have, but about her. About things you've seen her do, choices she's made. It's a compliment only you could give, because only you know her in this way, and that makes all the difference. One of the fears people sometimes have is if they should compliment a woman on her looks at all, given all this context. The answer is yes. Of course, beauty can be celebrated. But think about what attaches more meaning to it. Also, if you're ready to fast-track your success, check out my new course in the description or comments for exclusive strategies. That matters to me so much more than anyone else noticing you look good. Here's another pro tip. Compliments that tie into shared memories or stories are some of the strongest. For example, when I watched you help that stranger at the party, it reminded me of that first date we had when you stopped in the middle of your story to check if the waiter was okay. Seeing your compassion in those moments, that's when I knew you were someone I wanted in my life. Why do these hit home so strongly? It's simple. They show that you see her, not the Instagram version of her, not the generic pretty girl label, but her actual lived self. That's rare, and therefore priceless. Now you might be wondering, does this approach really work? Or is it just theory? There's a whole body of research backing this up. But here's a twist. These kinds of compliments can actually change how you see your partner over time. When you practice noticing individualized positive traits in your partner and expressing them, your own appreciation grows alongside hers. Complimenting and valuing your partner isn't just for her benefit. It increases your own relationship satisfaction and deepens your connection to her individuality. Some psychologists even call this a virtuous cycle, where positive feedback becomes the fuel for more closeness, more trust, and yes, more attraction. Let's pause for some real talk. If you're out of practice at giving deeper compliments, it might feel weird or cheesy at first. That's normal. Start small. Try observing your partner through this new lens. Next time you're together, look for something she does that makes an ordinary moment a little bit better. Then tell her what you see. It doesn't have to be grand. If you keep showing up, noticing and appreciating her unique qualities, it builds trust, and eventually those compliments become a key part of the fabric of your relationship. You might notice that as you start giving the compliment that makes her feel chosen, your connection shifts. Maybe there's more laughter, more openness, more willingness to share things that matter. That's because when someone feels truly chosen, they feel secure. They're not constantly scanning for proof that you're really invested. They don't have to wonder if you're just with them for convenience or out of habit. They know they're not just pretty to you, they're irreplaceable. This is even more important during rough patches. When someone feels chosen, they have a deeper well to draw from when challenges come up. That foundation of being seen and valued goes a long way toward forgiveness, resilience, and problem-solving together. Let's talk about one more myth. Some worry that giving too many compliments can make them seem needy or sycophantic. But the truth is, there's no such thing as too much genuine appreciation in a healthy relationship. What makes a compliment powerful isn't the frequency. It's the authenticity and the thought behind it. You're not just throwing out flattery to get a reaction. You're sharing a real observation, a unique insight, a piece of emotional honesty. Here's how to keep your compliments authentic. Pause before you speak. Are you noticing something real or just filling a silence? Be concrete. You're amazing is nice. The way you jumped in to help your friend move, even on your busy week, that's amazing, is unforgettable. If you're not sure, share an example. Tie your compliment to a moment that only you witnessed. You can even phrase it as a question. Has anyone ever told you how much your sense of curiosity makes people feel comfortable? What if you're watching this and thinking, what if I'm not in a romantic relationship? Does this still matter? Absolutely. The power of choosing someone, of seeing their unique value, applies in friendships, in families, in all close connections. Everybody wants to feel chosen, no matter the context. To wrap up our conversation, let's come full circle. The compliment that makes her feel truly chosen isn't about effort or eloquence. It's about witnessing her life and naming what you see, the way she handles stress with grace, how she lifts up the people around her, how she makes you feel more alive just by being herself. When someone knows you see their soul, not just their surface, they shine brighter. That is the magic of being chosen. So next time you're tempted to stop at, "You look beautiful," try adding one more line. Say what it means to you to share your life and your time with her, and watch how her entire demeanor shifts. Thanks for watching. If you want to get the results you wish for fast, then check my limited time offer on my new course, which will skyrocket your success in dating. Click the link right now down below in the description or in the comments and grab this opportunity. See you in there.